hello everyone. Welcome to Sexual Peekaboo, episode 3. So this weekend we are going to be talking about who are we? Who am I?
He's Danny.
And that's Dewey over there somewhere. Over there, over here, over there.
The other side. It's hard to remember which way to point.
I think we're going to the left. To the left, who are we and everything. Okay, so how did it who are we and all that. So basically we were going to talk about I don't consider there goes my husband. He's already here. Jeez, he's fast. So we are going to talk about labels, but I don't call it labels because I think it's very offensive for people. I don't label people and anything. I just think it was like something I had to create this weekend. It was a couple of days ago I came up with it. So it's like it was last minute, and I talked to Dewey, and Dewey's like, "Hey, it's deep." So we decided to talk about sexual labels and talk about stuff and all that. So we're excited to get into it and everything. So we're going to talk about. Let's see here, Dewey. Did you get that? The sexual labels.
I did.
I gave you anything. So it's alphabetical order. We can go through Z through A or A through Z. What do you think? Where should we go? Should we go backwards or we should go forward?
Well, might as well go forward. We like to think we're forward-thinking people, so.
Yeah, I think backwards sometimes. You always go backwards sometimes, like with my body. Just saying. And everything. So let's get into it and see what happens. All right. Let's see here. The first one I sent to Dewey earlier today. Anything? Okay. Damn ads. I hate ads.
Where are you getting the ads from?
Oh, everywhere. You never know. From Google to you name it.
Oh, just in your browser?
Yes, I hate ads.
I thought there was something popping up on our studio here. It's like we shouldn't be getting any ads.
If we had ads, then we could talk about penis and anything, but that'd be kind of interesting to talk about penises. But you never know. So, all right. So the first one we're going to talk about is called allosexual, allomantic, or something like that. A person who identifies an automatic experience romantic attraction towards others. I don't understand that one. Any thoughts on that one? I'm trying to figure that out. I feel like, is it for women and men, or is it just for women and women?
I think that is a multi-gender terminology. Because there are people that have, in a way, I guess I would consider myself a romantic, because I've often said in the past that no matter who I go to bed with, I love everybody. I love men, I love women, and it's the people that you love. It doesn't matter what their gender is. So since I have no romantic attraction and to people, regardless. Well, I guess I do have romantic attraction. I'm more attracted to men, so that wouldn't make me a romantic. So.
Yeah,
it's hard. All these labels are so confusing, and that's why we're talking about them tonight. So
yeah, I think it's like he's like, hey, it's like you always point a finger, like, oh, you're a pansexual, or are you a bisexual little dang you, and you think so. It's kind of interesting, but you never know. Like, there's always different lingos nowadays, and people, I just don't understand it. It's like you just love one another. That's all I say.
Yeah. I took an online quiz one time, but that was before there were so many words, and I can't remember what it called me. So,
well, they called me a gay wad. That's all I am. It's like a spit wad, but I'm a gay man, and spit wads everything like that or something.
At this point in my life, it's just easier to say I'm gay. Deal with it. So
yeah. I suck a penis, that's all right. And I don't suck twats, that's about it. Sand traps, no. I said I was awesome. You're awesome?
I like that label.
He's awesome. He's awesome? No, I don't think he's awesome, but he drives me nuts at times. I think I call him, with his label, I call him an asshole sometimes. But still love him, though. It's always about him. He thinks it's about him sometimes.
At least you got somebody to call a name.
Yeah, I can call him, hey, asshole.
I don't have anybody here but me, so.
Well, you will have someone there. Her name is your dog.
Oh, I got Izzy. Yeah.
Izzy. Yeah, I was like, wait, you have Izzy there and everything. So you got Izzy. So basically, that one was I disagree on that one because I feel like like labels are just labels and anything. I don't understand it, but that's why like when I was doing my bike ride and everything, it was just weird. Today, it was not today. It was a couple days ago. I talked to Dewey. I was having a kind of rough day because I saw I thought I was considered a friend, but he wasn't and everything. So it was bad and everything. It was I had to say goodbye to him. So that's why something came to me tonight. It's like I know I don't judge people, but sometimes when you point the finger to someone, you can actually experience it. That's why I went deep this week and everything because I wanted to talk about something. So why I said I chose who are we and who am I? I'm a gay man. Who am I? I'm a gay man. And who are we? We're family. Dewey, I consider my family because he's my crew's family, but he's actually extended family.
I talk to you more than I talk to anybody in my family. So.
Exactly. I talk to you more than I talk to my husband daily and everything, but that gets boring. Just kidding.
Especially on cruises.
Yeah, we go on cruises and then we see our family and everything, but everyone asks us, like, who are we? Like, well, we have feelings, Everyone has feelings, Like, it doesn't matter if we judge and everything. I shouldn't. Then, since I turned 40 a month ago, like, it's time to let go by bygones, and just move on, I just got to leave the past.
The older you get, the easier it is to let things slide by, too.
Yeah, everyone says. I think for me, it's hard because like everyone's like you're just who I am. I don't. Everyone says I have no filter and everything, and
that is true.
I have no filter, and I don't care what people think about me and anything. But you know what? Who am I? You know what? My grandma told me to have no backbone and anything. She taught me to speak up, to speak. If I didn't speak, I would not be here at all in this world. People have to understand that and figure that out. Who am I and everything. So, Dewey, who are you?
Well, I'm a gay man, and I'm part of your family. I am family to a lot of people, and family to none sometimes. So, I was talking earlier today to a friend, and we were on. I was watching his live YouTube on mental health. And I told him that it's funny how you can sometimes feel lonely in a room full of people. And I feel lonely here at home all the time, but that's because I am alone. But it's funny how sometimes you can get that alone feeling, just even when you're sitting at a table with a bunch of people, and then suddenly you'll get that moment where you just kind of feel all alone again, like you're not part of it, and then it comes and goes. So.
Yeah, that's the hardest part. It's like mental health is a very good subject because you never know. So people deal with everything every day. It's like like Larry. Is it Larry's show, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So he talks about mental health and everything. I'm hoping he talks about other stuff. So what did he talk about? Medical health, like medical health. What did he talk about today? Just getting to know the show.
Yeah, today was his first show, so it was basically kind of what the show will be about and what he plans to do. It's kind of going to be an online support type thing. He'll be educating people on because he qualifies for quite a few, like ADD and I can't even remember all the different letters and stuff that he qualifies for as having been diagnosed. Now, these are all basically a sort of mental illness or handicap or whatever you want to call it. But, when you look at it in the big picture, we all have symptoms of a lot of things that even if we've never been diagnosed with something. And so he's hoping to educate people on the various different mental illnesses and their symptoms and how best to deal with them. some through his own experiences and some through education. So, and we had a small crowd there today, but we had a very active discussion, and I'm sure as it grows, there'll be more and more discussions with people that have similar issues and trouble. So
that's a good thing he actually targets that, because like tonight is a good example of like, who are we? Like for me, I'm with my medical issues and everything. I actually have anxiety. Actually, first it was like I got diagnosed about 6 years ago, almost 6 years ago, with PTSD. That was my first one and everything. I finally got diagnosed and everything, and it took forever. I thought I just had anxiety and depression, but the majority was PTSD because of my childhood, and then they diagnosed me with anxiety and depression and everything because of my son passing, and that's kind of who I am and everything, because it's people like they don't see that big picture, who are we and things like that, like it doesn't matter if we're gay, bi, lesbian, poly, doesn't matter,
Yeah, mental illnesses has no bounds. It doesn't matter male, female, gay, straight, black, white, doesn't matter anything. That's just a people issue. So
yeah, and they have to work through it, and I work through mine every day. Yeah, I'm on medication for it, but I'm glad I'm taking medication for my medical and everything, because if it didn't, I would be like crazy. Not crazy, but I would just like, I'll be mental, like I'm like, oh my God, I need help.
And that's a whole nother issue too.
Exactly.
When it comes to medication for that kind of stuff, like even he mentioned today, one of his medications actually makes him worse. So he had to quit taking it. So
yeah,
everybody reacts differently to medications,
but the sad part is like nowadays people are just getting heavy. Like, some people can grieve differently, and it's like for me, it took me a while and anything to grieve a different way, but I got myself together, and finally I did something for myself. So, but yeah, so Larry, if you're out here tonight, just know we'll support your channel and everything, and I will help you to make it grow better and everything. So we'll help you get that going. So I didn't know anything about it until Dewey told me tonight. I'm like, okay, I need to know. Didn't know anything about it. I have to go check it out and everything. So, all right. So we're gonna check. We're going to do another one. This one's called allosexual. This umbrella term: a person who identifies as a allosexual typical feels sexual attraction toward other people. They may also want to have sex with a partner. That's interesting. What do you think, Dewey?
Give me a moment here. I'm posting the link to Larry's show in the comments for this show. So if anybody wants to check it out, they can go there and take a look.
He wants to.
Well, I can't do it while we're online. I'll have to edit it later, but I'll post it here in the chat. So if anybody's watching the transcript, it'll be there. That's to the link to the show he had earlier today. So
I'm excited to check that out. I have to check that out later when I get a second. I think I have to support him on that one. Back to allosexual. Olo, I don't know. Who knows for this thing. So this one's like basically a typical feels sexual attraction toward other people. I'm like, I wonder what that's all about. Oh, people who identify this orientation may also identify as other sexualities, such as being gay, lesbian, and bisexual. Oh, okay. Interesting. I think so. That's a.
And then they wonder why it's such a confusing topic.
I know. It's like, what the heck are you supposed to talk about? It's like I don't understand it, but okay. But it's basically, it's like, I guess I feel like you have attraction to, like, if you're attracted to men, you're attracted to men. If you're attracted to women, you're attracted to women. If you're attracted to both, then so be it. I guess. I don't consider myself that or anything. I'm just attracted to men because it's called a gay man, for sure. I think so. All right, Dewey, you got your link up? Yeah. Oh my goodness, and we got some. I got a nap
for the list that you got. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So you want to do the next one for me on the romantic or something, romantic or something?
Sure. Okay, see the next term would be, so we hit aromantic, we got autosexual, a person who's sexually attracted to themselves. I know a lot of people that are probably fit that category.
I feel like that's
someone's desire to engage in sexual behavior such as masturbation doesn't determine whether they're autosexual. So to me, it's like, how else do you get sexually attracted to yourselves? I guess if you're just narcissistic and you just think you're just the hottest thing on earth.
You know what I call that? That's called a for my term, I call that me. Is it about me or is it about someone else? I'm like, God, it's like I feel like it's about me, and it's like, oh, about my hair, and it's about my nope. Don't be calling. It's all about you. I say. It's like God. It's like I call it. Are you a Karen or something? I call. Are you a Karen? Everyone's like, what's a Karen? I'm like, Karen's like bitchy queen. I call it. I say. But you know, it's interesting. But you never know. It's like me. Anything. I feel like that kind of label, like it's kind of me. It's like, who are we? I'm like, you know, it's not about you. It's about other people. You know.
Yeah, this next term is one of my favorites.
What's your other favorite? What's your next one?
The next term is bi-curious.
Ooh.
That one I'm very familiar with. As it says here, this refers to people who are questioning or exploring bisexuality, often due to a curiosity about one's romantic or sexual attraction to people of the same or different genders. And that's one of the things that I kind of figure I claim as my specialty. A lot of the people that I know come and see me because they are curious, or they're exploring, or they have questions or whatever. But I feel like I guess in a way it'd be kind of almost like a sexual mentor. I think when I was young, there wasn't anybody for me to talk to when I had questions. So I like to be there to answer questions, to talk to people, to help them through the process. Sometimes they just need to talk. Sometimes it's by actions. And but you know, everybody needs a little something different, and then everybody likes something different. So I try to be there to help.
Yeah, like just remember people, okay, when like especially our cruise family, Dewey's not a perv. He's not a
no,
he's not.
And that's one of the, when I meet somebody for the first time, that's one of the first things I tell them. It's like, if you just want to sit and talk, I'm here. That if there's something else you need to do or want to do, let me know. I'm very much about the communication. I always tell them, if I'm doing something you don't like, let me know. If I'm not doing something you would like, let me know. And I appreciate it when they tell me that I am doing something that they like, so that I know as well. So that communication helps both of you, so that you know you can make it a pleasurable experience and learning as well.
And just know people, he's not like a guy off a Family Guy, like that guy, old man guy, like it's starting to piss me off. He's not one of those and anything. He's not like a pervert, Herbert the pervert, I call it.
No.
He's not like that. No. So he's helping understand people, like he's seeking, but that's part of people, like they seek, you know. And it's like, you know, he's like I'm like, no, he's not like that.
Yep, I seek, but I don't talk.
You know, he's not like going underage or anything like that. He's a
yeah, I do have age limits. I don't want to take any chances with kids and stuff that are too young to be talking about any of that stuff. So
exactly, you just don't want to get your trouble. You don't want to get in trouble with that.
No.
For me,
pretty much anybody under the age of 25 or so, I won't even give much time of day, because if they're that young, they could too easily be under 18 too. So
yeah, sometimes
too many people lie about their age online. So
oh yeah, especially when they look like they're 15 and they say they're like 26. It's like, yeah, trying to pull a fast one on me. I don't think so. I think so. But yeah, so just know people, he's not like a pervert or anything like that. So just remember that. Okay. He just helps them understand what the bi-curious is about, because they seek, some men like seek older men because they want that attraction. I think so.
That's kind of funny. When I was young, I was always attracted to older men. It's like when I was like my 20s and 30s, I liked people that are like my age now. Well, all of a sudden, when I got my age now, I'm running out of older men. So I had to get used to the fact that younger people might be interested in me, and it's not like they're all looking for what they can get out of me. Some people are just actually interested, and I have to remind myself once in a while, when I was in their shoes, I was interested in people like me. So, it's not always a bad thing. Just a lot of people have hangups about age, both in straight and in the gay world. So it's not limited to any one. I know a lot of couples that have large age discrepancy. My dad and his second wife, there was 19 years difference between the two of them. There was only 7 years difference between me and my stepmom.
Oh wow.
So I always kidded her that if I ever moved back to Indianapolis, and if we ever, because a lot of times we would go out, just the two of us, because my dad would be tired and in bed because he had to work or whatever. And I told him, I said, if I ever came back to town, I'd have an awful hard time explaining how that woman I was out with last night was my mother and not just my girlfriend.
It's funny because you never know. Especially I just watched a documentary about a month ago about like there's age difference. Like there was like a 38-year-old dating a 63-year-old woman, a 63-year-old or a 70-year-old woman. It's like there is like the older women said, it's not because they are sexual desired for the younger ones and anything, but they feel happy. They feel like they're attracted and all that. So that's what I learned. That I was like, wow. It's like,
and different people are attracted to people for different reasons too. So it's not always just a sexual thing or a look thing or something like that. Sometimes, especially when it comes to people with age differences, there's maturity levels too. So there's times when somebody who's in their 30s may be a whole lot more mature than somebody who's in their 60s. So that somewhere along the line, they find a happy median where they fit with each other. If I acted my age, I'd be a cranky old fart, and I only get like that at certain times. But
I know that. I know that he gets cranky if he doesn't get, what, and it's like he doesn't.
But most, like I always tell people, I said, when they ask my age, I tell them, I'm 64, but I don't act my age and I don't feel my age. And I know a lot of people that are, 30 years younger than me that act more my age than their own age. So it just, everybody has a different level of maturity and how they perceive things. So
it's kind of funny
age is just a number. So
exactly, because it's kind of funny when you and I go cruising and everything. It's like, when you see these gay couples and everything, and they're like my age or like a little younger, like I would say like 32 and everything, and the guy's like much older, like your age, Dewey. It's like, oh, I call that a daddy warbucks, and then I call that one a young buck.
Yeah.
And why I say daddy warbucks, because I feel like the young ones are just coming out to they just want to collect their life insurance and run.
And that took me a while to get used to, because every time somebody young would show an interest in me, my first thought was, okay, what do they want? I don't have a bunch of money, so if that's what they're after, they can get lost now. And some people are just actually interested in older people. Some people, it's the maturity, it's the wisdom, it's the experience and stuff like that. And it's not always about looks and sex. So
we'll definitely have to follow up with that and everything when we do on cruising. We have to definitely ask these gay couple and straight couples and everything. Especially for example, Dewey and I went on a cruise. Like, what was it? What was it? Was it the Pride, or it was like that guy? Like he had looked like Jason Momoa. You know what I'm talking about? And I thought he was.
Oh yeah.
It was funny, and I told this woman, I said, your boyfriend's cute and everything. He's like, no, he's my son. I'm like, oh. He's like, no, that's my son. I'm like, oh, wait, because I thought she was young, because you never know anything. It's like, oh,
Yeah, that was on the Pride.
Oh, it was Pride. Yes, that was
Yeah.
interesting and everything. So it was like I called him Jason Momoa because he had long hair and everything. He was a beefcake
Oh yeah.
and everything. And I
Yeah,
told
but
him,
and she looked younger than her age, and he looked older than his age. So they looked like they could have been a couple easily. So
exactly. So like, when we have to interview some when we do this again, like a follow up, we have to get some people on here and tell us about their age gaps and everything. And it's like, we need to find out what is attracted to the older woman, or if it's a young age and everything. Hello, Chloe. Yes, I know. My cat's trying to get up on my lap now. She's trying to get my attention. She's trying to wave at me, trying to get my attention. She wants my lap. Yeah, hi. Okay, all right.
hi, Chloe.
That's Chloe. If she might hear her, and I think she wants my attention. She always wants my lap every time I'm on doing something, or she just wants my attention. And she's like, "What about my age?" She's like 10, almost. Yes, I see you. Okay, come here. All right, come here for a minute. All right, this is Chloe, everyone. This is Chloe.
Hi, Chloe.
Oh, I know. She's a big old. Oh, now look at you. Okay, is that better? All right, we'll put you on my lap. Take my nap. Take your little nap. She's like, what is this? A mic. She's trying to figure out this mic thing. But anyways, we'll get back to it. All right, let's talk about bro. Let's see. This one is advanced. Okay, let's see here. There's bisexual and anything. We talked about that's bi-curious and bisexual are the same thing. But bi-curious is basically guys are seeking the curious part of them, and it's like if they're curious about a man or a woman, it's like they're just very curious. And then a bisexual.
They're not always the same thing, because sometimes the bi-curious are more on the curious side, trying to see, are they 100% straight, or are they bisexual and like both? And they're curious enough, they just want to explore and find out. So
yeah, so the bisexual, they know what they want and everything. The funny part was my stepdad, like when he was alive, he did not like bisexuals. He hated bisexuals. He said, if you're gay, you're gay. If you're lesbian, you're lesbian and everything. That's it.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that believe that think bis are just lying to themselves.
Yeah, and that's the hardest part. And I told my dad, I said, there is bisexual. That doesn't matter. He's like, it's like, I said, Big Daddy, I'm like, you have to don't like downgrade them and anything. They're bisexual and anything, but it doesn't matter if they like. I knew if they like twat, they like twat. And so I was like, Jesus, I don't understand him.
And it's funny because until just like a lot of my life, I kept thinking, well, am I gay? Am I bi? Or what exactly am I? But I always knew that I liked guys, and I really wasn't that interested in women for sex. I mean, I had women that I was good friends with. I mean, my late wife, we actually. The bi-romantic, which is the next word, would come in handy for that, because we were romantically involved with each other. I just wasn't interested in sex. So you can have feelings for both men and women. At least I did anyway. So
for me, yeah, I dated a girl and then I dated a guy at the same time. It was confusing and everything. Oh, there's my tail, her tail. Okay, no, are you gonna lay down? Okay. Now she's finally laying down. You're good now? Okay. Now she's relaxed. So basically, I dated a guy and a girl at the same time, but my girlfriend did not know at the time I was dating the guy. And then the guy knew I was dating a girl and everything. He respected it and all that. So left it alone and everything. So it was like, everyone's like, oh, you cheated. I'm like, well, I was more happy with anything. But I had to figure out my sexuality and everything. And I had to actually go and read a book and anything out of a library and anything. I couldn't check the book out and anything because I didn't know. My family didn't know if I was gay or not. And it was it's a good book. I have to find the book and everything, but we'll get it in October, like about about coming out stories and everything. So we'll be doing that in October of this year. We'll be doing our coming out stories. So stay tuned on that one. So just know that we'll be doing a subject about how we came out and all that. So, all right, the next one is, let's see here, bisexual. What the heck is this? Demi-romantic or something like that? Yep. Okay. People who identify as a usually do not feel romantic attraction toward people with whom they not have a strong emotion bond. Okay, so like that doesn't make sense. Romantic. Oh, that's weird, but okay. So they don't have attraction to one another. That's weird.
Well, and I can kind of see that where, it says here, only describes people experience romantic attraction only under specific circumstances, such as building an emotional relationship with a person. So if you have a person, doesn't matter whether they're male or female, that you have either a close bond with through mutual interest, or maybe you've experienced something similar that you share, and after a while you get that closeness together where you could maybe build up a romantic bond between each other, and it has nothing to do with like a normal romantic relationship. So I can see where that could happen.
So they have to trust in anything. It sounds like
Yeah.
they have to trust they have to build that relationship before attraction and everything. So it sounds like.
And a lot of these things all have trust in there as the basis, because uh, when you're dealing with so many different labels and types of people and stuff like that, any good relationship is only going to work when you have that proper level of trust, so that you can easily communicate with each other and be forward and open and honest about it. My first two marriages were total failures because I wasn't honest about anything, about my likes and stuff with them. Whereas my last wife, I was totally honest before we got married, and that's why things worked. So you've got, and now I'm all about honesty. It's like I'll tell you the truth, even if I know it's going to hurt you, because it's a lot easier for me than trying to cover up a lie all the time. So.
Yeah, so okay, then the next one is gay. Of course, we know what gay means and anything. Some people don't even know what it is, but it's basically attraction to gay men and anything, because we're attracted
Or
to
women.
men. Huh?
Or women.
Well, technically, that's a lesbian and anything for women.
True.
And anything.
Yeah,
So
but and that's funny because with guys it's gay. With
Mhm.
women, they can be gay and they can be lesbian and stuff, but we just have gay. We don't have like a name that's only stuck with us as guys.
For me, I call it dick sucker. Dick sucker. I suck a dick. I say. And then I call lesbians. I call them vegans. I call them vegans. They're
Vegan.
yeah, vegans. I don't know why. I've been. It's funny because my elementary teacher, she's a vegan. I'm like, oh, so you're a lesbian? She's like, no, you know, I'm married to my husband. I'm like, I know. And she starts laughing. She's like, she's like, there's not a lot of lesbians that eat vegetables. Like most of them eat vegan because they like to keep their yaya clean. They say. It's like. It's like, so I called them a little vegan and everything. So that's my little joke. I tell them, like, or a carpet muncher. I call them that, a little carpet muncher. Yeah, so that's what I call lesbians. It's like carpet muncher. Like if you like carpets and anything, different colors and all that, you never know. Shade of green or shade of yellow, or you never know, or dark brown. You never know. So, all right. So the next one is Gene. What the heck is this one? Oh my god. You want to do that one, Dewey?
Genesexual.
Yeah. What the heck is
A
that?
term used to communicate sexual or romantic attraction to women, females, or femininity. Now, to me, I always thought that would be a lesbian. But it says this term intentionally includes attraction to those who identify as women, female, or feminine, regardless of biology, anatomy, or the sex assigned at birth. So I guess this would have been a good word to use when we were talking with upcoming guests the other day, when we were asking, well, when you're a transsexual, transgender person or something, if you were born a guy and you are becoming a woman, does that then, are you then interested in guys, or are you interested in women? And if you're interested in guys, does that make you no longer gay because that makes you straight? Or if you're interested in women, does that make you straight, or are you a lesbian? And so, I guess this would be the gynosexual would fall in that category for people that are interested in women without, and it doesn't matter whether they're a man or a woman. So
I feel like, for me, I don't call that. I would say if you want to be butch, go, oof. And then you're gonna like if you're like, hey, girlfriend, that's called femme. Get out of the closet, and it's like that's called sassy frass and anything. And then there, for me, everyone asks me like, what am I? I'm like, I'm not femme, I'm not masculine, but I'm in the middle. Like I can get drunk, I can act like a sassy frass, and if I want to get really I'll get sassy frass on me. But then my husband says, "Calm down, reel it in, reel it in, reel it in." I tell him, "Oh, shut up!" and anything. I'm like, it's like I said, I'm not going back into the closet and anything. If you don't like it, you can just kiss my little white ass. I say anything. But yeah, so basically, that's what would you consider yourself, Dewey? Is like masculine or feminized?
I would say I'm a little bit more towards the masculine side of the middle. I'm not a real butch guy. I'm not into sports and mechanics and all that kind of stuff, but I don't consider myself a real feminine sissy type person either. So I'm kind of in the middle, I guess. I can lean both ways depending what kind of crowd I'm with. If I'm with a bunch of gals, I can talk topics with them. If I'm with a bunch of guys, maybe I can talk topics with gals easier than guys because I can't talk sports, can't talk cars. Somebody once asked me a week or so ago what my dream car was, and it's like I don't dream about cars. It's like people that are gearheads and stuff. They have this favorite car that they can't wait till they can own someday. When I go car shopping, I basically see what fits me, and if I like it, I buy it.
Yeah, that's the hardest part. Is like my friend Alec, for example. He's gay. I feel like he's like a sassy frassy. I call him my sassy little frass and everything. But he knows all about cars and everything. But I'm like nope. Mm-mm. Like I don't know anything about the motor. I don't know anything what year. Don't ask me anything. I'm like nope. And then if you ask me about a purse, then I'll tell you what kind of purse. If that's Gucci or if that's Louis Vuitton, I'll tell you in a second. Anything. So that's kind of funny. But people ask me that kind of thing. What I'm like, what are you? And all that. So for me, I like sports. I watch baseball, but I don't watch basketball or football or those kind of things. But I just watch baseball. That's my kind of thing.
The only sports I watch is I was watching some of the Masters this week. So I did. Or a lot of people don't consider golf a real sport when it comes to watching it on TV. But
you know what? I do. Did you say golf or Masters?
Golf. But
Masters. Masters. I'm like, I thought you were starting. I'm like, Dewey, you were.
No, not that kind of Masters.
Oh.
No. Okay. This was the Masters tournament for golf.
You were just like
not the Masters and Slaves episodes.
Oh, okay. I'm like, Dewey, your little thing. God, I know you like to get kinky and anything, but still, come on now. You got to learn how to do things like that. But yes, so
that
basically,
shows how innocent I was when I started talking about that. I didn't even think the wrong way.
The funny part is like with me fishing, because it's funny because every person asks me, "What do I do for fun?" I said I enjoy fishing and everything, and people are like, "But you're gay." I'm like, "Yeah, and."
It doesn't seem like the kind of thing a gay.
I know, like I don't change an oil and anything. I don't know how to change it. I don't know how to change an oil out of a car. I don't know how to change a freaking tire. That's sad and anything. I should learn that and anything, but it never did and anything. But for me, I love fishing because that's my thing. I know how to boat and anything, but if you get me on the boat and anything, I'll fish for days. For days, I could just live. I can camp. But when you go into the front of a car, no, I won't change an oil. I won't change tire. I'm like, yeah, I'll just call AAA.
That's the way with me. I'm not. The last time I worked on my car was back so long ago. It was back in my 20s, and I tried to change a fuel filter. And this was in a Mustang, so this was before cars got. I mean, you open the hood now, I don't even recognize anything underneath there. It looks like, where's the engine? But back in those days, you had spark plugs, you had identifiable pieces, so. Some things you could do, and I thought changing a fuel filter was something you could easily do. I was wrong.
Yeah, for me,
I ended up breaking a gas line and eventually burned up the car.
That's why I just let that one.
Ever since then, it's been like you said, motor club, mechanic, or somebody. I don't try to do any work on my vehicles by myself.
I'll just get a hot, beefy gay man or something to just like listen to patio, like just mechanic and everything. Like the interest in my brother my brothers are like, one of them is a mechanic and he loves to work on things, but he loves to fish and everything. So he's like, but it's funny because I just found my brother about 6 months ago, and he's like, but it's funny. He's like, do you know how to bait a hook? And I'm like, yes, I know how to bait a hook and everything. I know I like worms and everything. When I was a kid, I did not like worms. Now I'm okay with worms and everything. Back then I used to wear a sock with a worm and everything. It was too slimy for me when I was a kid. I'm like, ew. Now,
Funny, I can handle the worms, but it's the fish I don't like.
see, the sad part is I don't touch the fish and anything. I'll touch it with a towel and anything. I will not, like, literally. I'll try, but I'm scared. Like a catfish will sting me right here. I'm just kind of scared. I never caught a catfish yet, but I'm kind of like, I had a dream. A catfish pierced my my thumb and everything, and I don't want that to happen. So I just used I'll just use towel and everything. So like that's what I do and everything. That's my masculinity side. I love to go fishing and I'll go camping. Like this summer, I'm going back to Iowa in August to go camping with my brothers, and we're gonna rough it up and tough it up and everything, and I'm gonna get all dirty and everything and muddy. See, I can actually go get muddy and I'll do ITV and everything. But my husband's like, oh, I doubt you will ever get dirty. I'm like, you never know and anything, because I took him fishing 3 times in my life. The first time we went out and everything, it was like an hour, and he's like, are we done? After 10 minutes. And then the second time, 5 minutes, and are we done? I'm like, God. And then the third time, I'm like, you know what? Go home. I'll sit here.
A lot of this too shows the stereotypes of all those different labels.
Yeah.
Because people think, okay, because you're this, you can't be this.
Yeah.
Well, we're all people.
Exactly.
We have likes and we have dislikes, and it doesn't necessarily matter whether you're a male or a female or anywhere in between. And it's like me, when I was young, I was deathly afraid of fish. If you hold a live fish up in front of me, I would almost pass out. Matter of fact, I was when I was little, and we're talking like single digit age, we went out to a neighbor's place. They had a lakefront cottage, and he was a federal marshal, and he had scuba gear and all this kind of stuff because that was he was on the dive team. So while we were there, he and Dad took me out. I just had a snorkel and mask on. They had the tanks on, and they took me out to the diving platform. And then they said, well, hold your breath. And we were going to go down to the bottom of the platform. Well, there was a fish swam in front of me, and I damn near drowned before I could get back up to the top and get out of that water because it just freaked me out. And having a fear of fish is not a very good thing when you're in the Boy Scouts.
Yeah, you're like, that's where, like, for me, I can actually catch a fish. If I had a chance and anything, I'll probably get a stick and probably jab it and anything. People like I could start a fire and all that, but it's like, like people are just shocked what it can do and anything, especially in the wilderness. And if I had if I was on the show Naked and Afraid and anything, I would just like, I know what I don't know if I could survive it because of the mosquitoes. I just don't like bugs. I don't know. I could fish and anything. I would do everything.
And I can build fires and all kinds of stuff like that. I don't have a problem. But for me to be out fishing, that's not a thing. My ideal of fishing is to find a nice, quiet riverbank somewhere, take a fishing pole and a case of beer, plant the pole in the ground, and start drinking the beer and forget about the pole.
Yeah, you'd be like, hey, what kind of pole do we do? You just want to smoke a pole?
The fishing pole.
Oh, you wanted a big pole. I'm just saying.
Well, it depends who we're with when we're on that riverbank. So.
Well, I'm just saying, because you never know what you do. Because you're like, oh, I'd rather suck a penis or something. You'd be like, all right, you're getting a fish. And I'm like, oh, and you want me to finish?
I would do that over a fish any day. So
you're like, I'd rather not touch the fish. I'd rather touch a big old 8-incher or something like that. It's like, oh, my bad. Okay, so back to the reality. Okay, heterosexuality. Okay, so basically, hetero is is people who are heterosexual or straight. They say quotations. Typically for sexual or romantic attraction toward people who are gender indifferent than their way. So basically, they're what I call the sad part is everyone hates when I call this because I call them breeders. They call them breeders. I call them breeders. And I think every time you see guy and a girl kiss. I'm like, oh, those fucking breeders. And everything, and then I'm like, I'm like, but I don't say it I say it under my breath, but I was like, fucking breeders.
It's funny because that term has been used for a long time to describe, male and females that like to have sex, that they're breeders. But I just noticed in the last few years, that's also a term they use with guys now. Because if you like to be sexually active from the rear, let's say, then that they often refer to that as breeding you as well. So that term is even becoming very fluid now too. So
it's kind of weird though, because it's like, there's these like people will have to update their stuff and everything. I would just like, don't call them like heterosexual, just call them like they're just Adam and Eve or something. I'll say Adam and Eve or something like that. So that's what I call straight people. But yeah, I support straight people. It doesn't matter because they have kids and all that. But you know what? We're all human for this, and I think for no matter what we are.
Yeah. People love people, and they don't matter the details. So
and anything. So we talked about so lesbian. We know about lesbians. We just talked about lesbians or anything. So and then monosexual. What the mono? Mono? Who knows? It's an umbrella term in composing a sexual orientation that feel all romantic sexual attraction toward only one gender. See, that's it. I just don't understand that, but okay. See, it's weird. And everything. I just there's some I don't agree with anything. It's like, it's like I don't understand it.
well, it's like anything else too. Many labels can apply to the same people too. It's just it was so much in some aspects it was so much easier when there was just a handful of labels, and now that there's a gazillion ones, it just complicates things. So.
Yeah,
especially those that tend to get little carried away with the enthusiasm over a certain title.
Yeah, that's the hardest part in anything. So, it's like one gender only. I'm like, what the heck? I just like a lot of them are like one gender, and anything. Like poly, for example, poly relationship, polysexual, and anything. That's like more than one relationship and anything. I feel like it's like everyone asks me, did my husband and I have a poly relationship? No. We will never do a poly relationship. It's too a lot of work and everything, because after 21 years almost, it's a lot of work. And I'm like, we thought about it? I'm like, no, not us. Said it's not us.
Because two people is a lot enough work as it is. When you start adding more people in the mix, it's like, woo.
Oh, let me ask you this, Dewey, and anything. Would you go into a poly relationship if you were if they asked it's like your age and everything, would you go into a poly relationship?
I have thought about that a lot, and I like the idea of being the third in a relationship with a strong couple. Because until really just recently, I wasn't even interested in any relationship.
Yeah.
So I always felt like if I was the third in a throuple, I wouldn't be a threat to the couple because I'm not looking to have a relationship.
Yeah.
And I can also now see where, three people could all be involved together. Because that was one thing that always kind of intrigued me. It's like, if you're supposed to love everybody, then why is it so bad when you do?
That's the hardest part, Nowadays, nowadays, yeah, that's the hardest part. People, they want that. Sometimes they do want that poly relationship because they want, let's say that guy wants to go shopping. I can actually go shop. Like if my husband and I had gotten, I would have a shopping buddy, and I think my husband don't hate shopping and anything. It's like at least someone would go shopping and anything, and then it's like for him, he can watch wrestling or something like that. That's you have to find that right traction for that right,
And I have, I'm a prime example. I have been like the second husband in two different relationships, strictly non-sexual. But in one couple, he's in his 30s, she's in his 50s, and in her 50s, and I'm in my 60s. Well, I liked things that her husband didn't like. So when we all traveled together, it was ideal because her and I, he was the kind of person that give him the buffet, he'll go get a few beers, and then he's ready to call it an evening. Her and I, we love to go to all the fancier dining places, try all the different foods, go to the shows, go do this, go to the casino, all that kind of stuff. So when we all started traveling together, it was perfect for him because suddenly he didn't have to be dragged all these things he didn't like. He had me for that. And we still did plenty of things together, not sex, just general things. And then a couple right here in town, which is why I live here where I do. She actually introduced me one night as her second husband because her husband wasn't a late night person. And her and I were. So after he would turn in and go to bed, we would go to the shows. We'd go to the casino. We would do all kinds of stuff. So sometimes they'd see her with one guy in the day and me at night. And it got confusing for some people. So
yeah, it was fun. Yeah, it was like it's funny because people ask me, it's so funny because when I take my mini me, my friend Virginia, every time I go out shopping with her, like, oh, this is your husband. Like, oh no, he's my gay husband and everything. And everything. It's like they're looking at him like, what? I'm like, yeah, she's my straight woman and everything, but I'm her gay husband and everything. But I don't sleep with her, but she'll be a good cuddle buddy. That's about it and everything. But that's about it. But she's like basically she's my shopping buddy and everything. And we always get compliments, especially in Iowa. We were like always shopping at Hobby Lobby. We always like, oh, you guys are a cute couple. No, honey, barking up the wrong tree. It's like, and then one girl, it's crazy.
And that gets to be, how you hang out with people can be false labeling all the time. I've got my best friend. We've been friends for over 30 years, and he's as conservative as, you talk about somebody who doesn't think outside of the box and all that kind of stuff. And he is as straight can be. And if anybody even insinuates that he's got a gay bone in his body, he goes nuts. Well, his first cruise, he and I went on together. Well, it was a virgin cruise. You get two guys traveling together on a virgin cruise, they're gonna think you're a couple. And every time somebody referred to us that way, he just started going nuts. And it's like, listen, chill out. Because people are going to think thou dost protest too much.
Yeah.
And it's like, how he and I remain friends all these years, I'll never know.
Yeah, that's the hardest part, like with my husband and I, we're like, everyone's like, oh, like everyone's shocked when they meet me, like, okay. But it's weird because people are like, okay, but you're macho and he's like way out there. I'm way out there. Like it, but like I tell people,
I never noticed.
Yeah, I'm out. For him, if you went into if I went into went to San Francisco, I would get picked and anything for sure. I would get picked and anything. For him, out of the crowd, no, because he's so straight acting. It's like it's unreal and anything. It's anything. So I've never
even in our travel community, nobody ever thought that he was gay until we met you.
Exactly. Everyone's like throw a loop and anything. Some people knew, expected and anything, but they never knew. I thought
it didn't trigger anything on my radar. That's for sure. So.
Oh yeah, especially everyone asks is everyone told me back in the day, people were like, oh, it's gonna last only a year. It's gonna only last 5 years. No, I said, I bet you anything it'll last forever. And we've been together he's been in my teens. When I was 19, he was in my 20s, and then my 30s. Now he's in my 40s, entering my 40s. Now he's entering my 40s. He's been pretty much in my half of my life. And that's the interesting part is, people are like, wow, he's been with you since you're a teenager. I'm like, yeah. So basically, he's been since I was 19.
I think you guys are pretty solid. So
we are solid. People is like, we're like opposite attracts. People ask like, what is? So what? I don't know who he's talking to, but my husband talking to him. I think he's been laughing. Who are you laughing about? I have no clue what he's talking about, but okay. But people say, it's opposite attracts, and everything. So just remember that, people. Opposite attracts. That's how you get to know people more.
Look when we're all cruising, how the three of us all interact. He loves it when I'm around because then you and I can go off and do things, and he can do his own thing, and he's happy that way.
Yeah, but you're my babysitter, though. Remember that.
Yeah, I was trying to avoid saying that.
I know, but you're my babysitter, so like.
And he even calls me that. He says, well, the first cruise we ever went on together, the last night of the cruise, when we were all saying goodbye, he thanked me for babysitting.
No, that's all right. That's okay. You know what? I need a babysitter and anything. Sometimes I don't get drink on the cruise once in a while and anything, but not very much. You know, like the night before the cruise and everything, I was drinking very good. I was feeling really good and everything, but you know, it's time I was out there. But the good thing is we got to know each other and everything, and like our cruise community family is they're because they're just like, wow, you're like I'm laid back and chill, but at the same time I do not I have no filter. Everyone says Danny does no filter.
No, he don't.
I had a filter a long time ago. I actually cared about my judgment, in front of people. Now I don't give a rat's ass who thinks about it. If you don't like me, then don't sit by me. I just say, don't sit by me then. And if you don't like me, then go kiss your own little white ass, I say. I always tell people that. And if you like me, then sit by me. And I said, I had a friend, we lost it last year of a car accident and everything. He said I was out there and everything, and I said, and he's like, I don't know how he said, you have a mouth, can't you keep your mouth shut? I'm like, nope. If I can't keep my mouth shut because when people I'm a Pisces and I don't like people road ride me, to walk all over me. I don't like that anymore. My friend taught me how to not let people walk all over you. Just remember that, people. Don't let people walk all over you. Anything. If you're gay, heterosexual, bi, trans, poly, doesn't matter. Just don't let anyone walk all over you on that.
Yeah, you got to stand up for what you believe and for who you are.
Exactly. So that's what that's part of the sexuality. There's more labels, but we're actually gonna change the subject now because we're actually gonna go tonight. Because I actually was talking to Dewey before we came on. I said, you know what? We're gonna go into the Urban Dictionary. We're gonna actually have some fun right now and everything. Dewey, do you want to do some Urban Dictionary words?
I don't have the link for that one yet. So.
That one is okay. So it's called. It's funny because I just type in Google Urban Dictionary, and that's all you have to do, and it'll come up. And everything. It's like mine came out. It says UrbanDictionary.com and everything. So we're gonna get some, since we're who we are and everything, and who am I? There's like a lot of words, so we can actually. So we're gonna give you some.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot.
The Urban Dictionary is almost as big as Webster's anymore because they keep coming up with all kinds of new meanings for everything.
Exactly, so we're gonna come up. Are you on the A's and anything? Are you on the A's, Dewey?
I'm still trying to find the. I got to get out. The link I went into just has one word on the page here, so I got to get to the basis of it here. You on UrbanDictionary.com?
Yep, I'm on UrbanDictionary.com. So we're gonna make some fun some words tonight and everything, and we're just gonna laugh and everything and shit and giggles like I always do. Because we have to spice this up a little bit because there's a lot of more sexual labels, but we're not going to get into that. We're actually going to get some Urban Dictionary, and we're going to see what penis is about, and dickies and yayas, I call it, sand traps and everything. I wonder if I can actually put that in into the Urban Dictionary. It says sand trap. It's like everyone says, what is a sand trap? I'm like, it's a dirty vagina. It's got a sand. It's full of sand and needs a lot of cleaning to do, let's say. That's my definition for a sand trap.
Interesting.
What you do?
A sand trap is defined that way.
Are you kidding me?
It's defined as a vagina with sand in it.
Oh my god! I was just joking, and I never looked it up.
Yep, it's actually defined that way. It's
okay, so
used in terms.
So if we call a penis trap, what would we call that? A fly trap? Or a penis like wow or something like that? What would you feel? I wonder what the penis with on sand. What's on the penis with the sand, I wonder. I wonder. Since a girl's got a vagina on
There is a term in there called penis fly trap too.
Oh my god, I was just joking. Oh my god, I see. I don't go on Urban Dictionary very much and anything. It's just funny because I just make fun of these words and everything, and I'm just guessing and anything. I
Oh my gosh!
What? Oh, what happened?
I was just reading the definition of a penis fly trap.
What does it say?
Okay. Here's the definition on the Urban Dictionary. I'm not making any of this up. Make your penis hard and put jam or jelly on your stomach. When a fly lands on your stomach to eat the jam, pull your penis back and let it go so it springs back, smacking under your stomach and killing the fly.
Okay.
And it does say here, yes, it is completely wrong in every sense of the word.
That is wrong. Why?
Oh my gosh.
I see it. I could see it like here's a dick and everything, and it's wham. It's like slap it and like it's like a fly and everything, and it's like a jam and oh my god, what is with people nowadays? Jesus, I was just joking around. I would just call it honey or something.
And then they have other definitions as well.
Oh god, here we go.
So another definition is a vagina which clasps around your dick right before you come, so that you have to nut inside of it. Your dick also begins to get digested by the vagina after a short time.
I was like, hey man, I would go soft and anything. I would be soft or something. Like, oh, how is the vagina? Nope. No. Like, let's see here. How about this?
They got so many different. There's a whole bunch of different definitions.
Okay, how about this? Do we type in
the
honey
act
bear?
of performing oral sex? The act of performing oral sex on a man that involves a horrific amount of teeth.
Oh my god, jeez. How about honey bear? Type in honey bear.
Honey bear?
Yeah, honey bear. Okay. I'll tell you what my definition for honey bear. Before you tell me the definition, I'm going to give you my definition for honey bear is.
Okay.
Anything. So, all right. So a honey bear is basically, I learned this in a gay movie and everything. You put a honey bear, basically, you know, those honey bears are what you eat with honey and everything. You clean it out, and then you douche yourself with it and everything. So what does that mean? Does it, oh, Dewey's giving him big eyes and he's like, oh my. Okay. So what
did you just say?
So basically I say a honey bear is like, basically you just empty the honey out after you eat drink the tea and anything and have fun and anything, and then you clean it out and then you put like water or whatever you want and douche it with your butt.
The definition I just read: a person who desires to receive a honey bear bottle enema.
Oh my god! See, I'm not making this up. Oh my god!
No.
That's funny part because I never go on Urban Dictionary ever. People just know this. I don't go on. I just come up my own lingo and anything. I don't type in like tonight. I just typed in Urban Dictionary because I wanted people to understand about the different technologies and anything because it's interesting. Let's see here. What else is there?
Of course, now I do need to kind of proactively say here there are numerous definitions for all these terms. We're just picking out the ones that seem to fit in with what Danny's notions of these were and how he was pretty accurate on a lot of these. But
yeah,
honey bear has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different definitions and used in many different ways.
See, for me, my definition like a honey berry is you just clean your butt out and everything, and just could put some honey up there and everything, and it might have some sugar. You might lick like that or something like that. So you never know. So that could be a definition and everything. So let's see here. How about this one? How about type in? Okay, let's see here. Okay, here we go. What is it? Kumquat. Like that's a for me. So did you type in kumquat?
Yep.
So for me, for the definition, I feel like the definition for kumquat is like one. I feel like my friend's had a cat at the time. He called it kumquat. I don't understand. It's a pussy cat and anything, but it's not a kumquat. I feel like a kumquat is like quantot, but a quant. I feel like it's like cum and then you've got to ejaculate on the twat of the vagina. So it's So, well, am I wrong on that one?
I'm not finding a lot of sexual. The closest thing to a sexual definition was, and it's that would be more of true urban. Is it? It says here that it's said in response to loud sex. When you need her to stop shrieking while doing it, y'all come quat or people will hear you. So it sounds, that's the only sexual reference I see to that term.
Oh, I have to fix that up and everything. I might have to edit that one and fix that contact one. And like I thought, like it's like it is. You're just like you're jacking yourself, and then you put it on the twat and everything, and you're good and everything. It's like anything. So let's see here. What
Well,
other
that's the
word?
nice thing about urban dictionaries. If you don't find a definition you like, you can just make up your own and throw it in there.
And that's
Because
what I'm gonna do.
one time to another, it's all gonna somebody will catch it on.
Oh, here we go. Here's a good one. And anything. Back in the day, my husband called me jizz farting. Anything. So jizz
Called you
farting.
what?
Jizz
Jizz
farting.
party?
Yeah, see what if something shows up. I'll tell you what my lingo is that one and anything. Anything. I'm gonna give you my lingo on that one because it's funny because every time I
Okay, you talking like JIZ farting?
farting jizz.
Yeah,
Oh, jizz farting. Yes, jizz farting.
yeah. There's nothing in there for that one.
Oh, so I have to get that one for sure. So jizz and anything, that one back in the day, when my husband used to pack me like crazy and anything. Every time I waited for a little while and anything, my stomach started like grumbling. I'm like, wow. The next minute, I'm like, oh, it's not green. Next minute, I farted, and the next minute, jizz came out in my shorts. I was leaking. I was like, so I'm gonna have to. I have to put that one. It's called jizz. Put in your shorts.
Yeah, they've got jizz in there, but they don't have jizz farting. So.
Yeah, so we have to put that one in there, do we? I have definitely done. So just know that, okay? So if you ever get a man to pack you and he's come and anything, that's called jizz farting. Just put it into shorts and anything. Just make sure you don't shiitake anything. Let's see here. What other words are there? Naughty words out there. Give me some words, people. I can give you some word lingo. How about you give me some words and then we can and anything. I wonder. Let's see here. Let's see here. What other lingo is there? Let's see here. I'm gonna go into the. I'm gonna see here. Let's go into the Q. Let's go into R's, for example. How about a robot? You know what? Here we go.
Robot?
Yeah, type in robot because I'm gonna give you guys my lingo on that robot. I just came to me because you guys will laugh and everything. I think
It says lonely men in their early to mid 20s who have no friends, no direction in life, are extremely socially awkward, and have never had sex or a girlfriend before.
No,
Robots usually live with their parents.
My husband just said blue waffle. I'm not gonna mention it. No, I knew he was gonna say blue waffle. How did I know that? Anyways, so
That's one of those terms you don't want to look up if you're not prepared for what you'll see. I just looked it up in here, and the first one says, "Don't fucking look it up."
Yeah, don't look it up. Don't look it up. Butter my muffin. That's how I'm going to tell you here in a minute. But butter my muffin. So basically, robot. For me, I have to fix that and anything. I would have to say, I feel like you have to put if you're going into like a tin, into a tin hole and anything, like one of those tins and anything. You just got to put it into a hole. Then you just you have to. Like that. So that's what you have to do with a robot. You just put it in, it might rust out and everything. It might rust out and you never know. So that's called a robot. So that's what it is. So, okay. So what is this? Cock-a-doodle-doo? What the hell did you say? Cock-a-doodle-doo? Is there something cock-a-doodle-doo doing?
Cock-a-doodle-doo. Let's see.
I feel like that one's like it's like old McDonald's kind of horn, cock-a-doodle-doo or something. It's like geez, a cock-doodle-doo. I feel like a cock, then you doodle, and then you do it. That's what I think. That's what I think. Anything.
This is the first definition. When you're home alone with friends and you're bored, and on Urban Dictionary.
Oh my god.
That's actually the first definition.
Oh my goodness. So we got to fix that definition. And so you put a cock and then you doodle it around and then you just do it. Anything. Anything.
Of course, then farther down, there's a definition that says the erect form of a penis. It only comes when a man is horny. So that's a definition of a cock-a-doodle-doo.
A man's horny with a penis? Really? That doesn't make
Oh,
okay.
there's all kinds of interesting definitions. It's like,
But I feel like it's like I feel like it's like a chicken and anything. You have to doodle with the chicken. Like you have to chase it around the freaking yard or something. You doodle it with it, and like come here, you doodle in or something like that. Come here, you doodle in or something like that. I don't know. It's like Patsy. Like it's like what is it? Like what is it? Like doodle in, doodle. That's funny. Let's see what other words are there. Let's see here. We're gonna go into this dictionary and see what we can find. Oh, I just learned something tonight. I just told Dewey. What is share? A share. Basically, it's like a share and anything. I did not. I thought a share was basically like a drag queen. It's like looked like a wannabe drag queen, like with a share. Nope. So basically, it's like far out and anything. You're seeing a share. Basically, you're seeing you see she looks young. When you get closer, she looks old. I'm like, what the hell is that supposed to mean? A share? Really? That's so stupid. Anything like, why did someone have to be like that? I wonder if what a Karen is. Is there a Karen on there?
well, let's see. That would be interesting. I bet you it's in here.
The Traveling Gilberts is Urban Dictionary. Look it up. The Traveling Gilberts? Oh, the Traveling Gilberts. The Traveling Gilberts.
Oh, first definition for Karen is an attractive, kind, intelligent woman. The Danish meaning of Karen is pure, and the Hebrew meaning is ray of light.
You know what a Karen means
Well,
to
that's
me?
not what we call Karens now.
I call a Karen the royal bitch. And when someone's like trying to get a bitchy and like get in your face and all that, it's like, God, don't be a Karen. Be a freaking nice, be a dolly or something. I'll say.
Then you get down to lower definitions, and it becomes more what we're used to talking about a Karen for. So.
You know, it's so funny because you never know what like people go like. It's like, oh yeah, here we go. Boy pussy.
Aha, there you go.
Yeah, boy pussy. Unless they say boy pussy, it's like basically your butt and everything, but you have to have a smooth butt and everything. That's what I think a boy pussy is.
Boy pussy is a reference to a male's tight and pink asshole. Mostly used for twinks because their asshole is usually like that. A boy pussy is usually not hairy and is clean.
Oh my God! See, I was right on that one, but it's like a boy pussy is like it's like no matter if it's a pink. Oh my goodness, man, that must be like a virginity or something because that boy's got.
Well, of course, then as you go down too, then there's more general terms. So
it's like you have to clean that. It's like a boy pussy, you clean it out and everything. Hubby said the Traveling Gilberts is in the dictionary. Oh, the Traveling Gilberts is in the dictionary. Is that Ronnie and Teresa? Are they doing it in Louisiana style?
Nobody knows these people. Some people say they know them and that they have orbs. Those people are wrong because the truth is nobody knows them. Who in the hell are the Traveling Gilberts? It's actually in the Urban Dictionary.
Oh my goodness! I'm so sorry, Ronnie and Teresa.
No wonder. Submitted by BJ Travels.
Oh, did he just put that in there?
No, it was submitted November of 21.
He's laughing. He's giggling because I think he's put it in there.
No wonder he said to look for it.
I think he.
Let's look up our names. What does Danny mean? Oh, that's cool. Danny is the best person you will ever meet. He will teach you so much, like loving others unconditionally and never holding a grudge on someone. Be glad if you know a Danny and try hard to keep him in your life because you will regret ever letting him go. Danny has a tendency to be shy. Well, that doesn't fit you.
I ain't shy.
But yet, when you're alone with him, he will make you smile so hard that you will look like the Joker. Danny is one of the most amazing people on earth. Well, that's cool.
Oh, look at this.
And then the next definition is the guy who needs help.
Oh, ouch. I need help. Yeah, I definitely need help a lot. I do need help.
Both of them fit you pretty good.
Yeah, exactly. I did say a Pisces.
I wonder what happens if I look up Dewey.
Anything.
Oh, well, that's definitely wrong.
What does it say?
A super chill bro that bangs chicks like it's his job. Dewey is considered irresistible to girls. He often pops his shirt off, which leads to girls running to him and begging him for super good pleasure. Dewey's home court is the boardwalk, a place where girls cannot resist his super chill bro charm. Yeah, that's not me.
We have to fix that, Dewey.
Ah!
We should do. You know what we should do? You know what we should put on your thing? What would Dewey do?
Well, here's the definition farther down. It says an inconvenient boner that must be displayed proudly.
Oh my God, that's so funny. Chick banging Dewey. Oh my God.
I like that one better than the chick banging one.
I wonder if he actually, the Traveling Gilberts will know that and anything. I should ask, I'm like, reach out to them, like, listen, the Traveling Gilberts, and then put that one as their urban dictionary and put this out as a t-shirt. I wonder what if we put in BJ Travels and everything. I'm like, I think he does. I think like BJ Travels. I think that one we could put the definition like he likes to blow everyone in the travel community. Oh, you know what? You should type in. Yes, the Gilberts. You know they are in the Urban Dictionary. Oh, they know. I'm like, wow. I have to give them shit. How about harder? It's the harders. Yeah. Did you do anything with that? The harders? Joyce and her husband. It's like harder. Yes, harder. I wonder if Billy got that one. On that one's like Jesus. Hippo like it's like harder, Joyce, and it's like I wonder. I'm thinking, you know.
Well, I looked up Sean's name too. He may seem shy at first, but they'll turn out to be some of the smartest, nicest, most amazing guys you'll ever meet. They've got their own problems, but still put their friends first. Maybe the only bad thing about them is that they can be too selfless, letting themselves get walked over. Do not take these guys for granted.
See, why? Perfect definition. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. We have to fix that kind of thing. And it's like he's not innocent. I could tell you that. It's like me, smart ass comment. I have to say he's a smart ass. I have to say that smart ass, and you're not innocent. My husband just said he's innocent. You're not innocent.
Oh no.
What? Oh God, here we go again. The dumbass and smart ass drives me nuts. Well, I don't understand it, you know. I wonder what. Type in Betsy.
Oh, I have a feeling this is going to be good.
Yeah, I wonder if I could fix that. And maybe I could put the definition as a Karen in there, like P.S.
Betsy's are shy when you first meet, but soon enough you meet the crazy, fun, caring Betsy. They are cute, athletic, and gorgeous inside and out, but tend to hold on to things you've done. Don't hurt her, she'll never forget. She's loyal and will always be with you, although she has been hurt a lot. It doesn't stop her from falling in love. She is shy and has no confidence when speaking or being in front of crowds, so struggles to talk to people she doesn't know or has a crush on. Although when friends are being picked on, she will get involved and will stand up for them. I know that wasn't what you were expecting, but
Yeah, well, we're gonna fix that and everything. We'll say P.S. She's a Karen and everything. I would say she's a Karen and then slash and everything. Definition needs fixed. Yes, I agree. That needs to be fixed and everything. Loud and a Nancy. Type in Nancy. There we go.
Oh my goodness.
Did you put anything in article Nancy? Like she's from You Betcha. I'll say You Betcha. We'll put You Betcha.
Oh my gosh. Nancy is literally the best partner you will ever meet. She is totally perfect in every way possible, is so fucking intelligent, cares and looks after literally everything, and is so hot you will get burned anywhere in a 10-kilometer radius. Nancy is usually quite sensitive and she is easily hurt. If you dare hurt her, you are literally a fucking bitch. She is so nice, she will put up with anything, but make sure you treat her like a queen.
So Nancy, we have to treat you like a bow down queen, girl, like Queen Elizabeth. But I call you my cheddar biscuit. That's it, cheddar biscuit. Type in cheddar biscuit and anything. Nancy, I'm gonna have to put cheddar biscuit out there for you and anything because I have to see what cheddar biscuit means, and then I'll tell you my definition. Like you bitch.
Another word made up to describe Green Bay Packer fan.
Okay, that's
the
it.
Green Bay Packer players' butts or anyone living in Wisconsin.
Oh, sorry, Nancy, but the cheddar biscuit we have to fix and everything. You know why? Because we have to cheddar biscuit because she has to she has to eat too much cheese, and she'll say "you betcha" with a biscuit in her. She's got a big biscuit in her butt because Nancy's got a big butt. I say because I call her my cheddar biscuit and everything. And everyone's like, "You're not nice." I'm like, "I'm not nice," but I call her my cheddar biscuit because she's from Wisconsin. Because that's what cheese head. She's a cheese butt. I can call anything called cheese butt and everything. So it's kind of funny though when you give definitions, like get like ratatouille. Let's see what ratatouille stands for. Like for me a ratatouille is like you eat cheese, too much cheese, and you get tipsy, and then you drink too much wine, and you like that. There's a ratatouille. A rat's like you're fucking a thing. Oh, hot dog down the hallway. There you go. How about that, Dewey? Hot dog down the hallway. Hot dog down the hallway. From that, I feel like a hot dog down the hallway. It's like I feel like your butt's so loose. You just here's the hallway. Whoop, and it goes out, and then it goes in, and whoop, and it goes like that. That's what I think a hot dog down the hallway. So
okay, here's the definition for ratatouille. When one is having sex from behind and pulls the hair of their partner, causing the head to jerk backwards, as if controlled by the mischievous rat Remy from the Pixar film Ratatouille.
Okay, we have to fix that one. That one's like you just eat cheese and you drink wine and you just
the other one, hot dog
down the hallway. Right? Hot dog down the hallway. Michael. Come here.
Okay, a hot dog down the hallway is when a female has been penetrated so much to the point where her vagina is loose and feels like you're throwing a hot dog down a hallway.
How about a guy? Is there a guy term?
And let's see. Okay, this is male and female. Male, female.
We definitely have to do some.
I don't see any male descriptions.
That's it. I have to work on that one. That one's called basically put the anal. Here's the anal, and it's boom. It's just like swallows it through and everything. Now
I can see how it can easily go that way because in all of these descriptions it refers to a female with a loose vagina. So it's
I should
a guy with a loose ass.
Yeah. So. I should call that one. A dozen hot dogs with a loose man's ass. A dozen hot dogs. You just put it in the hallway.
That's not an Urban Dictionary term. That's an urban novel.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. But you could put a dozen hot dogs, and then you might just fit everything in there and anything. I'm just saying. You might put something in there. You might put a dozen, or you might put 24 or 48 of them in there, or 72. You never know. You have 72 hours to get a hot dog, and then then it's like, oop, there it goes. Loosey goosey. I wonder what loosey goosey means. I wonder.
Loosey goosey.
Yeah, loosey goosey. Loosey goosey. Like for me, I call that loosey goosey. Loosey goosey is like you just fall in, and then you fall in, and you just can't get out of that goose area because you get some gold eggs out of that.
Yeah, a woman that's very floozy, and doing so, her pussy is very loose. Loose as a goose.
No, we gotta work on the men. Come on now, we got to get some men. There's men are like loose as a goose. It's like a man's getting a goose on or something like that.
Oh, They do have a term for men in here.
Uh-oh.
When your penis sags so much you can use it as a jump rope.
Oh my god, that's so funny. Like, like 6 year, like a 7-year-old man just jumps it like whoom, whoom, whoom. I wonder if we put Krebs. Right? What do you think, Claw? We put Krebs. Krebs. Let's see what Krebs stands for. Crabs and anything?
German for cancer and American for one dead ass motherfucker.
One dead ass
Of course,
motherfucker.
this was submitted by a person who, yeah, but of course it was submitted by a person with the last name Krebs. Wasn't Gary.
Oh, that poor Gary. Yeah, like, but he's a dead motherfucker. Yes, he is. He's a dead motherfucker. But it's funny. But he ain't no cancer
Let's see
on
what
him.
we get when we look up Gary's name.
Yeah. Okay. So our friend Gary, he passed away last year of an accident, and he was funny as hell. We call him the disco. I call him my disco queen. He loves to dance. And everything. So.
Oh, he would have loved this one. A man who is incredibly sexy but also funny. He tends to be a girl's dream guy. He's also really good in bed. He would have loved that.
Oh yeah, he would have said, "I know it." And like, yeah, don't talk about your style. I'll say, Gary, don't talk about your hand that way. I'll say. I would have to tell him that, and like he always says anything. I was like, we should put that in there. Like, they use their hand more frequent than ever. Anything. Gary's using their hands ever. It's like they can't touch it, and they're like, yep, and then all that. So. Okay, it's been an hour and 27 minutes. Okay, people. All right, so next week we are going to be talking about, what are we going to be talking to Dewey about? What are we going to be talking next week?
I think next week is
We're
dating.
gonna make how to make babies and anything. No, just kidding. No, we're not going to talk about babies.
Let's
No.
see. Yep, next week is dating pool.
Okay, so basically we're going to talk about dating pool. The next weekend is like that date is the
20th.
The 20th, 420, basically. We'll have a guest. Ooh, yeah, we can toke up and smoke. Just kidding, dear. Kidding. I'm kidding. I won't toke up in the house, but I'll toke up before I leave on the 420.
We'll have to get our toking friend on for that one.
Oh, Corey, if you're watching, we got to get you in and we can talk about your dating pool. As active and anything. Oh, before we forget, before we leave, and we have to do our shout out. Pussycat is not here tonight. She's up in New York and everything, getting her pussy cleaned and everything up in the Good Apple and everything. So we have to do a shout out. I was supposed to do it last weekend and anything, but we forgot to do a shout out. But hopefully you're having fun up in New York and the Good Apple and everything. So we're thinking about. We miss you though. Got to get back here soon and everything. She won't be here next weekend either because she's going to be up in Branson, Missouri. She's going to go on a girls trip and everything. They're going to clean their vaginas and show how they kind of wax it. I'm kidding. No, she's actually a little on vacation. So she's with her daughter in New York right now this week. So she'll be back on the 27th and everything, I think. Yes. So basically the 20th, we're going to talk about the dating pool and everything, how this, like, we're going to actually bring a couple people on the dating pool and anything. Basically, how about people? We're gonna bring some guests in and anything, and talk about how men and women play games, if they're gonna be if they're real or if they're ghosting and anything. Because Dewey, you've been ghosted a lot and anything. So,
oh yeah.
So we're gonna talk about that and anything because there's a lot of different.
I have a lot of very interesting questions and stuff for that one. So
yeah, because the next weekend we're going to talk about the dating pool, and we're going to find out from my friend Virginia, because she's going to talk about how she's been single for a little while and everything. She's trying to get a relationship and everything, and she's going to tell us like how men try to get in there and everything. So we're going to talk about that. Then the 27th, we are actually we've been trying to get some people. We're excited. We're actually on the 27th of April before my surgery on the 29th. I'll hopefully I'll be back on the 4th and everything. But I'm probably going to be on for like good half hour to 45 minutes, maybe, hopefully. But it depends on how I feel. But I have to have spleen surgery. and anything, but I should be back to normal in the week after that, but I have to take it easy and anything. So that's what's going on. We're actually going to talk about on the 27th, we're going to talk about trans and anything. We're actually going to have 3 people. Bobby is one, and then we have Kate as second, and then hopefully we'll have Kevin and anything. So we have to get a hold of Kevin this week and talk to him, but he's actually her. I'm still trying to get used to it. Dewey and I are trying to get like her and everything because we've been interviewing these trans. And we got to say her. We can't say him because I'm used to saying him and everything. But yes, we're going to be talking about trans, and then the following weekend we're going to talk to hopefully some females. We're into males and everything. So that following weekend we're going to talk about trans and everything, about how the healthcare society and job wise and anything. So that's going to be, stay tuned on that one if you guys want to know about trans and anything on the 27th. And then the 20th, we're going to talk about the dating world and everything and how people ghost other people in this world and everything. So we're going to, doesn't matter if it's girls or guys, but mostly guys like to make excuses. I'm going to get those boys and anything.
I'm sure it works both ways.
Yeah, but I think it's more guys than anything because they love to play games and everything. So that's the weirdest part. But the girls, they like and anything because it's. I just want to get those guys and like listen, you little twerps, I call them. But no, we're gonna be talking about that dating world and everything. We're gonna get some insights and see how people are trying to look for a relationship and trying to. And we're going to talk about things like that. So stay tuned on that for next weekend at 9 o'clock and Dewey's time at 10 o'clock. Is it Central Time for you, Dewey?
Eastern for me.
Eastern. See, I get all screwed up with the time zones. You know, people, I was like, Mountain Time.
You just need to get moved over here to our side of the state so that we're all in the Eastern time zone.
I know. Then I can just move down there in Orlando, and I can just have to, and then I can be the same time as you. Then we could just be good. So. But yeah, so Save World, like we want to hear people's the question for the night is basically tell us about your experience, like before, if you were married, how long did it take the dating world? Did you get losers or did you find the right person and anything? For me, I found the right person, but it took like it was supposed to have been a booty call, but we'll talk about that next weekend. So I met mine and anything, so. But yeah, so we're excited. So stay tuned and anything. So, but everyone have a safe night and stay safe out there.
And thanks for joining us tonight, whether you watched us live or if you're watching us on a repeat. And don't forget, if you have any questions, comments, or advice, you can always drop us a line at sexualpeekaboo@gmail.com. We'll see y'all next week.
See you later. Bye for now. God damn it, son of a bitch.